As the years go by, it's easy to feel like your body just isn't keeping up the way it used to. Maybe you're noticing you don't bounce back as quickly, your energy dips more often, or simple things you used to do without thinking now leave you a little more tired or stiff. And let's be real, that can be frustrating. But here's the good news. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to settle for feeling slower, weaker, or less capable. In fact, the right habits can help you feel sharper, stronger, and more vibrant than ever. That's exactly why in this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 of the best healthy habits you can add to your silver life to keep your body active, your mind clear, and your days full of energy and joy. I've never been the type to love intense workouts, either at the gym or at home, but I've learned that moving every day in ways that feel good is key to staying mobile and pain-free, especially when living with osteo and rheumatoid arthritis. Chair yoga has been a wonderful discovery for me. It's accessible, gentle, and yet so effective. I can do stretches while sitting or holding on to the chair for balance, and it helps me stay flexible, ease tension in my back and shoulders, and it even improves my posture. The second habit of walking outdoors is excellent for not just physical health as a form of cardio exercise, but also for your mental health, especially if you're walking in a green space. Along with my daily yoga practice, I've added a walking routine 3 times a week, just around the neighborhood. I've been told that walking is the best type of exercise for arthritis, and it's also really good for your overall health. And living next to a conservation area means I have access to a really green space. Just 30 minutes of walking on the trail is enough to get my heart rate up, clear my mind, and refresh me for another round of work on my businesses. Walking close to nature feels like a reset button I love to use over and over again. This simple combination of chair yoga and walking keeps me moving without overwhelming my body. If you're like me and you love no fuss but healthy and tasty lunches, then keep watching. The third habit will help nourish your body with better but really easy and delicious food choices. Now, truth be told, I haven't always enjoyed cooking, but I realized that I needed to consistently fuel myself with the kind of foods that give steady energy. So I started something simple. Every afternoon, I make myself a salad. It's nothing fancy. Sometimes it's just mixed greens, cucumbers, tomatoes, some croutons because I love bread, a couple of spoonfuls of chopped cilantro, a sprinkling of nuts, berries, and seeds, a little shredded cheese for some protein, and a drizzle of my favorite mango chutney as dressing. The key is that it's colorful, fresh, and full of nutrients. Plus, the mango chutney adds that subtle Indian flavor to it that I absolutely love. On other days, I settle for a quick masala French toast or cheese toast, gives me the protein I need from the eggs and cheese, and of course, I get my dose of bread as well. I'll link to both those recipes in the video description so you can check them out if you're interested. And if you're looking for ways to reduce inflammation in your body without too much effort, my next habit should help. The fourth habit involves incorporating anti-inflammatory foods to support brain and heart health, as well as alleviate joint pains. I start my day by eating 5 raw almonds on an empty stomach and close out my day by sipping on a turmeric and ginger tea just before bedtime. I soak the almonds overnight and peel the skin before eating them, kind of like blanching, but without the heat. They're a great source of protein and healthy fats and offer so many benefits, it's going to be difficult to list them all, but the main benefits I'm focusing on are brain and heart health, blood sugar regulation, stronger bones, and improving my skin and hair. They also give me an energy boost so I can go through my yoga session without passing out as I get really hungry after a 14-hour overnight fast. Like I mentioned, I've made turmeric and ginger a daily part of my diet as a warm tea. Both turmeric and ginger contain active ingredients which have anti-inflammatory benefits, which is something I've really come to value. A tip here. If you're planning to start on turmeric tea, make sure you add a few peppercorns or half a teaspoon of pepper powder to the tea. The piperine and black pepper inhibit certain enzymes in the liver and gut that would normally break down curcumin too fast for the body to absorb. That's why it's essential you add some black pepper to your turmeric tea. I normally freeze ginger, turmeric, and pepper puree in an ice cube tray and drop it into a cup of hot water to make my tea. But you can make it from fresh ingredients as well. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to show you the process, and I can make a separate video on that. These small changes, like including salad, almonds, turmeric, and ginger, don't feel like a diet. They just feel like a gift to my body. The next habit focuses on mental and emotional well-being, mainly combating stress and improving focus. If you've been dealing with these challenges, you need to keep watching. Life can feel busy and sometimes overwhelming, no matter what stage we are in. Meditation can help you slow down and create a sense of calm. Even just 5 minutes of mindful breathing makes such a difference. I used to follow a guided meditation practice, but lately I've switched to listening to a 12-minute audio that is exclusively an Om chant while I sit in a Sandhi Mudra, which is supposed to help with pain in 360 joints present in our bodies. I honestly didn't even know we had so many. I've only just started this recently, so I'm not yet in a position to report how well that's working, although I definitely feel a difference. And I've read lots of studies on it. I'll be sure to make another video talking about any benefits I've received. The next habit has been a game changer in my life, helping me become a more positive person, but also a manifestation magnet. And that habit is gratitude journaling. Gratitude journaling is an excellent tool to help you focus on what's going right instead of dwelling on what isn't. Gratitude boosts positive emotions, which in turn help us build psychological resources like coping skills, social bonds, and optimism. There's a lot of scientific study behind this that also talks about how it's key for neuroplasticity, which is basically shaping and reshaping your brain to either do better or worse, like forming a habit. Gratitude helps with positive rewiring of the brain. If I can reframe a not so positive situation in my life, I can come up with way more creative ways to resolve those problems. In fact, they stop being problems and become opportunities to grow and improve. For me, writing is a way to process thoughts and emotions. It's also where I track little reflections from the day. I can honestly say that gratitude has become one of the strongest habits for my mental health, helping combat chronic depression. It brings me back to the present and reminds me that joy is found in small everyday things. And what you focus on grows. So if you focus on the good, you'll attract more good into your life, which is how I have manifested some amazing things. That brings us to the final habit, which is daily planning that can keep you laser focused on what's important so you can eliminate or delegate what isn't. I'm a meticulous planner, and this comes from years of being a single mom, corporate worker, and a weekend warrior. Although I recently quit my corporate life, I'm even busier now. My side hustles have now become my main livelihood since I'm a card maker and I show tutorials on my Handmade Cards by Tony channel on YouTube. I had quit my professional photography a few years ago, but now I've picked it back up again, so I have to deal with client work too, all while I'm trying to stay abreast of my innovation coaching background. That's why I need to plan and prioritize my daily tasks so I can meet project deadlines and avoid feeling overwhelmed. Also, since I've added cooking back into my schedule, I need to be on top of my household chores as well, not to mention my additional self-care activities that I've added since quitting my job. I'd relied on Uber Eats for 5.5 years, but now it's time to focus on being healthier. And my planner is a creative outlet for me since I end up decorating it with stickers and doodles and what have you. My planning process has made me a way more efficient and productive person, given the number of parallel things I have going on any given day. So these are the 7 healthy habits I'm focusing on in my silver life, but I wish I'd started earlier. If you're younger, you should start a few or all of them as soon as possible. These habits will pay out huge dividends, and like me, you'd wished you'd started earlier. And to recap, the 7 habits you can start right now are gentle movement, including nourishing and anti-inflammatory foods, meditation, gratitude, and planning. Each one brings something different, but together they provide energy, joy, and a sense of balance. What I love most is that these habits don't overwhelm me. They're small and sustainable, things I actually look forward to. Over time, they've added up to a life that feels richer, abundant, and more fulfilling. I'd love to know, what's one healthy habit that's been making a difference in your life? Please do share in the comments below. And if you're inspired by my journey, I hope you'll try 1 or 2 of these practices for yourself. And if you're like me and love an easy but flavorful brunch recipe, check out my masala cheese toast video here.